got us a team one together with Amen. Looking to see if they can send these boys to the Shadow Realm together with Luna Healer as a Jedi. Another Shadow Priest. We got ourselves CBZs. We got ourselves iFox. We got ourselves Chicago. All right, to go on the green old. Actually, the mount kind of matches the rest of your mod. Get a big old Nether Ray. Look at all toxic. Look at all green, and you got yourself a green backpack. Gonna be a little offs up first with the resolve chicken. Still sticking to those resolve guns. Trying to see if he can buzz right through Chicago as he got himself wall. And he just freaking goes to the up. She got himself a lot of self healing. Gonna be potentially lots of mails from silence to follow. Chicago might just need to trick out of this one. Trying to see if they might be able to live this long enough. Such a follow is gonna go for trick and self heal everything. Oh my goodness. Trying to see if they can stop the DK in the place for a second. Gonna be that Death's advance so they can give themselves a little bit of movement. Gonna be a blind on to Chicago. As they are still alive. How are they still alive? What is going on? Could be an interrupt by the DK. Does go for an interrupt with the flesh cut to follow. Chicago was able to bait an interrupt out of the Death Knight and was able to capitalize on that flesh cut. Little Loves is going to have to back up out of there. Has all the defense in the world. Is going to have to wait for cooldowns for at least 15 seconds until the next pillar is available. Maybe we'll line up together with the Remorseless Winter. That opener by the Death Knight was super scary, and the fact that Chicago didn't pop every defensive immediately, rotated him instead, was insane in my opinion. Does get to finally catch up of health, sending out all the best. Little Love's getting blasted out with a Storm Strike, slamming the boy down into the ground. We got ourselves also, oh man, wait, Nom? I like your Mog, by the way. Oh my god, this dude looks like Chad. Yo, look at this guy. I like him. I like the Liberum. He got the Holy Pally artifact weapon. He got the book there too. It looks so good. He's actually a red though. We got Chupos over in team 2. Or team 1. We got DH Sama. DH Sama and War Machine over in the back with DH Sama. Gonna be up next. I like a DH. That's like DH Sama. Oh, I like that. Is that elite set? Wait, that actually looks so good. That looks so sleek. I've never seen the Demon Hunter elite set. I kind of want to get that on my Demon Hunter now. I look sleek. I don't think even in PTR we've never seen Demon Hunter fully wear one. I think there was always like pieces, bits and pieces here and there, but never like a full mog of this. That looks so good. That looks incredible. Big Metamorphosis over Chicago is going to be able to slam down on him. Big old Ibium right after. Trying to see if he can break through a flesh kid. It's going to go for a quick old charge around the corner. Still holding on to that Night Fate burst. Is going to have to take down the totem. Does end up slicing it out with a single camp strike. Trying to keep the pressure onto Chicago. Not really giving him much of breathing room. Chicago needs to be kind of slow onto DH in order to be able to get him out of there. Going to be that Aegis trinket. And the H-Summon knows he don't want to go for the big burst while the Aegis is up. Does not want a lot of that nature damage, especially from Night Fate Covenant ability, the Hunt, absorbed into that ability at all. Gonna be a stun onto GH with Chicago taking big damage from the Hunt. The Hunt doesn't move at all, but the dots and the damage pressure right after is gonna be massive. And someone just ends up slicing and dicing right through him. With a quick stun by Amin. Going in for the big PI. It's going to be a Siphon. Going to take it out quickly. And the H-Summon blinking around. Got him interrupt on the flesh cut from Amin. It's going to be continuing the assault as the Demon Hunter just blasts him out. The Mages of the Dead joins in for the Shadow Priest. It's going to offer him quite a bit of extra damage. The H-Summon is just going to have to stay aggressive with Amin. It's going to be Greater Fate with the stun to follow. Doesn't mean have a trick. It doesn't get a human racial out of it. It's going to be a potential mind games or mind control, but does get disrupted. With just damage alone. I think Wonderful would go for a mind control and then stopped. Is mind control on a holy spellcast tree? Or is that on a shadow cast tree? I don't remember. I think maybe that's why they interrupted it, because they didn't want to get the disappear completely. 5 minutes into the duel, dampening finally rolling in. Dots are up at the DH. Someone does get hit with a... I think he tried to go for Shadow Mode for a second there earlier, wasn't he? Going to be Resonant Trinket versus Amin. Got him in the stun. It's going to be Mages of the Dead. Big Hunt. Massive damage. Amin has a Greater Fate at last second. Does get the extra shadow spawning in for them. Should be able to do quite a bit of damage to the Somebody's going to be yet another stun as Amin trying to go for as much self-fire recovery. It's going to be Vampire Base getting quite a lot of value healing. Quick Fear on JH Sama trying to see if he can finish off. The Priest is able to do it. Burned a lot of defense in order to make it happen. Has Metamorphosis coming back in 2 minutes. Kick him back up in a bit. 40 seconds on that blur. Darkness back up. Has reverse magic. I was about to say diffuse, but it's actually reverse. And it's going to be able to get a little bit of health recovery while in soul shape. Every few seconds, getting a little bit of percentage healing. iFox skulking around with a big old camo. It's going to be Death Chakra to follow. Dear Sama, get hit with the sun. Is definitely going to go for darkness. I don't know if this man got any kind of healing. Is going to... Oh, I think it's just going to be over. Just a quick kill shot with iFox, not giving the boy an opportunity. And that's going to be War Machine up next. So I'm the wrong person completely, but it's going to end up eating a Steel Trap, eating a couple of grenades, trying to see if he can leap over to iFox. Definitely to make sure he gets a clean charge, maybe even a Reflect for the Freezing Trap as iFox gets himself a proper opener. Machine popping off a Trinket that's going to be his own. Trinket with full cooldowns rolling over to iFox, got himself in Regeneration, banner up and everything. It's going to be a Steel Trap up in place. I think going for that Trinket was maybe a little ballsy with a Freezing Trap. I think it was trying to maybe create an element of surprise, but iFox should be able to kite him out with a Charge Trap. Someone died down, walk out a bit, another Freezing Trap, keeping him away. It's going to be able to go for a big death chakra. More chakra is going to send in. It's going to be lots of damage. Big grenades on War Machine. As he got himself a flash cut, trying to see if he can avoid as much of the damage as possible. Quick Fear onto the pet as well as the Hunter. Potentially can maybe pick up some damage. Going to be iFox going for a quick feint death. War Machine, if he has himself a Reflect for the next Freezing Trap, he could maybe be able to reverse it back into iFox. Stun onto the Warrior, and iFox, you're just going to get a little bit of damage, then put him back on ice, trying to keep the full control over the Warrior as best as possible. The Daz, the Chakrams, the grenades going to be a big lead for the Warrior. As iFox goes for a quick feint death, the Warrior at some point is just going to have to maybe back behind the pillar and maybe go for as much self-heal as possible. Does get himself a little bit of heal with an impending victory as iFox kind of chills over next to the wall. I think maybe waiting now for the next guy. There's going to be a big kill shot as War Machine is going to get blasted out with iFox. So they're going up against next. Looks like it's going to be Chupas loading up a big old flush craft. Can Chupas take down iFox, take it into Lunar Healer, take it into CB Zeus, or potentially not him? Is it going to be Nom? Looks like it's going to be the Retribution Paladin trying to see if he can bring back glory to the Paladins. I feel like we see Paladins here and there, but never really see him in full glory. Big Death Chakram as iFox has himself plenty of damage, plenty of range from afar. Min might just have to bubble. This is going to be under pressure. Might just still have to bubble, shield defend itself. It's got all the healing, all the defensives. And as iFox is probably going to charge in, stun. Does he sit on a Freezing Trap? Is going to get a Freezing Trap, going to trick it out of it. Does he have a big go? This is where the Paladins have the biggest go possible versus iFox. Trying to see if he can take him out of the game. Potentially bubble right here. Could be big. Single big. Ahmed, no health whatsoever. Does go for the bubble as the kill shot goes through. And iFox goes in for a Turtle Shell. This one, Ahmed just trying to see if he can stay in. Flash of light, maybe he can take the attention and the pressure onto iFox right after. The Freezing Traps and stuns are going to be very, very deadly. If he can somehow just get a slow into iFox, he'll be in a great position. iFox is actually low health. It's going to be Freezing Trap to stop him. Ahmed has a big old auto attack ready. He got a big Crusader Strike ready to go. The biggest hit possible, the biggest auto attack. This man is literally glowing with yellow lightning, ready to go, ready to interrupt whenever his weapon makes contact with iFox, and iFox got himself full camo behind the pillar, manic bandages. That's where Alman, if he doesn't pick up the eye, he's just gonna have to wait. Gonna be Alman, got himself the angle, no Freezing Trap. iFox could be in big trouble. Potentially Alman has another go in here. Potentially iFox could be in bad situation. Gonna be Freezing Trap. Does Alman have a way out of it? Does have a normal trinket out of it though? iFox could be still dead. It's gonna be a stun to Alman. Does iFox have enough survivability here? He's gonna try to see if he can break away from Alman as the Paladin is charging out. He got himself the Steed of Glory. And iFox looking to maybe give himself a bit of a medic bench. Gonna be Consecration. Doesn't quite get iFox. If only it was a little off to the side. If only it was a little off in the middle of that arena, then it might have been able to get him. And that's going to be a hard point as iFox shows himself. Hand of Freedom back up. Alman with a stun. Trying to see if he might be able to get himself a big go. Aegis Stricken coming up. Looks like he's turning the damage back up into iFox. iFox potentially with the Freezing Trap. It's going to be one more hammer potentially. Needs just one more hit. It's going to be Shadow Mill for a second. Freezing Trap on top of him. And iFox looking for the reset with a Manic Bandage. Oh no, I didn't even realize it was in Shadow Meld. But iFox at this point, a 50% dampener, not really got himself a lot of health to work with. Going to be Judgment Sun sending in. And Ahmed might well take him out. Does drop down a big old hammer on the guy. Well, CB Zeus is going to be up next. Sending all the pets. Shield event itself for Ahmed. Got himself a full stun on CB Zeus. Going to try to see if he can hang around him. Is going to drop by a big Damien and then try to see if he can go behind the pillar. At least he has all the demons that he can generate a lot of resources from, and the demons will end up giving him the massive aura wreck. Got him set the eye for an eye to reduce some of the damage taken from the demons. Quick flash scuff in case he gets interrupted. Next, auto attack for CB Zeus could be really, really deadly. And it's going to activate wings. So CB Zeus got Mortal Coil, he got fears. That's something Alman is going to have to adjust for. Wings is going to get proc from the pet. Got himself Seraphim. Judgment getting sent in. CB Zeus definitely has a Mortal Coil ready to go. Got himself Port, Hand of Freedom for Alman. And Mortal Coil comes out. I almost immediately stun into Alman first. Does interrupt him on Shadow Flame, but actually could be really bad for CB Zeus. Start to follow this mind member. Actually don't have anything to follow. It's going to be Mortal Coil with a wall. Soul Rod getting set up. And that's going to be second pair with the Tyrant joining in. And Armin is going to have to bail out of that completely. That's going to be the Obelisk coming down. That's going to empower the pet damage by quite a bit. Is at least able to get this pet somewhat away from Obelisk, trying to see if he can reverse the damage onto CBZs. But the Tyrant has the angle. Armin could be in big trouble. Needs himself a heal right now. He's still in big trouble. Trying to avoid the pets whenever he can. They're trying to go for Flash of Light. That's going to be more Demon Doggers joining in. CBZs does end up taking him out with all the pets, letting him chase the Pally with the Chilpas charging out versus CBZs. Hits him with a quick blind. I was looking to maybe take the attention, take the full damage. Silence on the CBZs, take him out very quickly and take the attention onto Luna Healer. We just trying to see if he can bail out of this. Trying to see if he can chop him up. Oh! Didn't even give him a chance. Just chopped him up in 2 quick slices and down he goes. With the Sama holding down the fort for his team. Taking out these boys back to back. The Demon Hunter doing well. The Death Knight finishing off at the end. The Paladin trying to be stalwart against the Hunter. Let's get another one going, boys. If I still got grips, I want to get a +1 in here, yeah?